So when I was thinking about what my creative project would be for this class, I thought maybe I could do something about other poets or about all the poets we were learning, where I would create different TikToks about a poet, say read a few lines from one of their poems, and then try to do some sort of contemporary pop culture reference. But I don't think there's enough pop culture references to really get each poet that we were learning about. So I figured a good contemporary poet might be myself. Not good as in the best or anything, but a good example, I guess. The poem that I'm going to be reading is one that I wrote when I was in 10th grade. It came up because a friend of mine had decided she wanted to put makeup on me for some reason. I honestly don't remember why, but she wanted to try goth makeup on me, and I obviously let her. I think it was because I always admired goth kids at school in high school. Coming from Catholic school to a public high school, you see all the goth kids. And they're so awesome because they're just living their best life, and I think that's what I wanted for myself. And it was second period, and she put all this goth makeup on me, and I decided I would wear it for the rest of the day because I loved it that much. But my big sister saw me, and for some reason she didn't like it, and she said some words that really broke my heart. She looked at me and she said, "You're not my sister." And she didn't even want to sit next to me at lunch. It just caused me to rethink everything. And so one of my best poems, in my opinion, was written that day, and I called it "I Wish I Was a Butterfly." And so I'm gonna start with the part that I wrote then, and then I will continue with the part that I wrote this year as like a commemoration of that time, but me being an adult. I wish I was a butterfly. I wish I were a butterfly to fly away when I want, for if I stay, I might just die from being someone that no one wants. I wish I were a butterfly, so when it's time for me to grow, I could wrap myself in a cocoon, no matter who tells me no. I wish I were a butterfly of blues, yellows, and greens. The others would think me beautiful instead of being mean. I wish I were a butterfly so I didn't have to deal with people wishing I were different and wanting me not to be real. I wish I were a butterfly so that I could live my life quickly, I could do my duty here on earth, then go to God who wouldn't judge me. I wish I were a butterfly, for all of them are expected to be different. And when one acts out of place, no one cares about the difference. I wish I were a butterfly so that I wouldn't be in your care. You wouldn't have to live with me, and I wouldn't give you gray hair. I wish I were a butterfly, though I am sorry to say I cannot be, for God chose to make me this way, and He's happy that He made me. God will never choose to change my ways, for He gave us all free will. He's happy with the way I am, and that's the way I'll stay. I'm sorry you can't accept me, but I want you to know that if I could become a butterfly, I would surely do so. I thought that you wouldn't care, since we're so close and all. Now I see that you do care, and you would let me fall. I wish I were a butterfly, so you could be happy for me, that I am happy the way I am, and that's the way I want to be. That was the part that I wrote in 10th grade. And as I was thinking about that poem, I realized how different I am. And so the next part was born. And so many years have passed by since that fateful day, when I first wished to be a butterfly, a wish I still make today. When you see a butterfly that's blue, you can't assume that it's a boy. It wouldn't matter how it flew, you'd just bask in all its beauty and joy. When you see a butterfly that's pink, girl names might not pop into your mind. God, I wish these gender roles were extinct. And yet, at birth, that's how we're defined. In all these years I have grown and took the time to search my soul. What I discovered made me groan, because the dysphoria finally took its toll. I still wish I were a butterfly, so I'd never be just a boy or girl. When I get asked which I am, I could just sigh and fly away with a twirl.